guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've been on my Nofap streak for over 250 days, 253 to be precise, without relapsing. And guess what? That is not ending anytime soon. And so in this video, I'll be teaching you how to start your Nofap journey effectively. Please watch out for step 5, where I talk about one of the most important factors that will ensure your success in your Nofap journey. Before all of that, just to clarify, what is Nofap? Nofap is an online movement of men that are trying to quit masturbation. In general, you say Nofap is not fapping, not masturbating. And so if you want to start your Nofap journey, you want these tips, please like, subscribe, and leave a honest comment in the comment section. Let's get right into it. Step 1, find your strong why. You have to find the reason why you want to go on the Nofap journey. It has to be an intrinsic reason. If it's not an intrinsic reason, if it isn't strong enough, it isn't something that is driving you on the inside, you will relapse, you will fail, and you will go back to old patterns. And I think this is general for almost any addiction we face, that anybody in humanity faces. If the why is not strong enough, you will simply not succeed. You will fail if it does not have a strong intrinsic value to you that you're holding on to. You need to buy a journal, sit down with your journal, meditate, and find out why. The deepest reason, the depth of the depths, is very vital. Step 2, study your patterns and trigger points. Study your environment. Study everything that you face on day-to-day life. Study what triggers you. Study everything. Study yourself. What makes you want to fap? Stress, loneliness. Study it. Study it all. Before you start your Nofap journey, you must study your patterns and your trigger points. Let's be honest, there's a lot of material out there that are going to trigger you in one way or the other, depending on what fapping does for you. If it's usually out of a hormonal, honeyness type of shit, then definitely sexual content is what is going to be triggering you. Sexual revealing content is going to be triggering you a lot. You need to know what triggers you. You need to identify them. You need to study yourself for like a 3-week period where you're just like, okay, I just saw this triggered me, I want to fap. You probably will fap after that, but you just know now that like this triggered me to fap. Like, okay, maybe I'm in a stressful situation and I want to feel better, or this person did this and then I wanted to fap to feel better. Whatever it is, whatever is triggering your fapping, patterns, just study them. I learned those triggers early on when I actually made the decision that I wanted to go on my Nofap journey. Well, for me, it was more about sexual connotations that did make me, that did trigger this fapping for me. So a lot of the time, if I see a girl that's wearing revealing clothes on Instagram, on social media, on any sort, I will be triggered. They were triggering sexual thoughts. So I actually learned that seeing those things were not good for me. And that leads me to the third point. It's one of the most important points, if not the most important, which is cleanse your environment. Once you have studied what triggers you in all of this, your environment, I'm talking might be your social media environment, your physical environment, your emotional environment, whatever environment it is. If you have studied what triggers you, cleanse it. It is vital that you cleanse it. I started cleansing my environment on social media by simply blocking, unfollowing everybody that posts revealing pictures. If you're a woman and you post revealing clothes, like you're wearing a very short skirt, you're wearing like bikinis, that's okay for you. I cannot control you what you post, obviously, but I can control seeing it by blocking you. And that's what I was doing. I started unfollowing and blocking people aggressively. On my Twitter, if you posted nakedness or if you posted anything close to nudity of any sort, I was literally going to unfollow you. If you retweeted it to my timeline, if you brought it to my timeline, if you post it to your story on Instagram, I would unfollow you, because I don't want to see that. I don't want my brain to process that. If you cannot, because I know social media is like the king of this. Social media is where you like go on Instagram, like explore page just keeps giving you girls that are twerking. You can just get into that role and you just keep going, and that's all you're seeing. And then you go and watch, you relapse and go and watch porn, and then you masturbate. If you cannot block all the girls on Instagram, or like Instagram keeps, just delete the app. I deleted the app for like 2 months too as well. My first journey, I found out I couldn't control it too much, so I just deleted first, and then when I got some control, I came and I started blocking. You understand? So personally, it depends on what works for you. If you cannot, just stay away from social media. Honestly, just do it like a dopamine detox. Just stay away from social media. But if you can, block everybody that brings that type of content to you. You need to control what your brain sees. I needed to cleanse my brain, do you understand, of this peace, bro. Like, only people I kept were like people I've known from time, like secondary school or like primary school or like childhood. People I don't know in real life, you just see on Instagram and follow, and they probably follow you back, or they follow you and you follow back. I don't know you from anywhere, bro. If you're posting nakedness, I'm just gonna unfollow you. It's just what it is. Now I'm going to unfollow you. And so getting to the trigger point and cutting off the trigger point is very important. Step 4: make it as hard as possible to access pornography. How do you access pornography? Do you go on Pornhub? Do you go on XXNX? Do you go on Hamster? Do you go on Black on White? Block those websites, bro. You don't have access. If you use Twitter porn, follow them. Just make it difficult. Make it difficult to find those pages. Make it difficult to find the website. Put barriers between you and going back. Make it difficult that you have to think and think and think. For me personally, it was on Twitter. I was mostly consuming porn. I used to bookmark them. So I literally just removed all of them from my bookmarks. And so I couldn't find them anymore. If I want to masturbate, I'll just simply go to my Twitter, go to my bookmark. They're all there. I just go to the pages, knock myself out, and I'm good. But now, if I want to relapse and my brain drives me all the way to bookmarks, I go there and I don't see any time. And then I now wake up. I'm like, wait, what are you doing here? Get out of here now. Leave. Make it difficult. Block the websites. Do something that will make you think for 3-4 steps before you access it. So when you now think, your consciousness will now tell your brain, nigga, go back. You understand? That's how to do it. If not, you're going to have problems. Your brain is going to drive you back to the patterns. Your brain is a safe guy. He likes playing safe. Is what he has known. Your habit is what he has known from time. So breaking out of the habit is very difficult for him. He wants to play safe all the time. So he's your up sometimes. He's your friend too. Like when you've gotten good habits, he's your friend because he will keep sending you back to those good habits. Hopping is not really a good habit and it's a bad habit. So if you want to get out of that place, you'd need to fight your brain. And the most important point is to change your identity. I mentioned it in my depression video. If you do not change your identity, you do not change. Book Atomic Habits, James Clear clearly says this. There are 3 levels of change: outcomes, process, and identity. Lots of people focus on the outcome, which is Nofap, which is you don't want to masturbate again. You want the benefits of not masturbating. So you have skipped 2 levels, which is process and identity. And identity is the first step. You must first prime your head and your consciousness to believe that you are not somebody that masturbates. It is what it is. Manifest that new you. Manifest a life where you do not masturbate. If you do not do the mental work, your body will not react to it. Your body and your brain is simply acting on your subconscious. Work on your subconscious, manifest it, change your identity in you. And when you change your identity, then the change you see will naturally occur. There's a big difference between 2 guys. Guy 1 says, I am fighting masturbation. The guy 2 says, I don't masturbate. Those are 2 different guys. The first guy is a guy that still identifies as someone that is fapping. He is still doing his fap while fighting it. So it's part of his identity. The second guy, it is not part of his identity at all. I don't masturbate. I don't masturbate. I don't fap. It's a big difference. The second guy simply does not identify. He does not see it as something that's part of him. And eventually, if you trick your brain to believe that, eventually your brain will start acting like that and you will eventually stop fapping. I think this is very important because this is the part a lot of people miss. People chase outcomes without going through the process and without first changing their identity. So you must first change your identity, then commit to the process, then outcome, which is the benefits of Nofaps will come to you. And so how you can change your identity is self-affirmations every day, 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, night. You continue to repeat very loudly in your private time what you want. You say it out loud. Reaffirm that you will not fap again. You continue to repeat this to yourself 3 times a day, every day, eventually to get to your subconscious. And they say it takes 21 days to make a habit. It takes 21 days to break a habit. If you do this for 21 days, along with the other steps that I've taken, you will find yourself no longer masturbating. or at least having the urge to masturbate. And for me, I said this was the most important step because this was the step I actually included after much research that actually started making me not relapse. Because when I first started, I was relapsing. I started to go on like a 3, 4, 5 day streak and then I relapsed. When I changed my identity mentally, that actually was one of the key things, I think was one of the key things that actually made sure not relapse as much as I used to. I actually haven't relapsed. I'm actually on a streak of over 250 days now because I have changed my identity. I no longer see myself as somebody that does that. The same way I overcame depression, I no longer saw myself as depressed. I just saw it as something that was happening to me at that point in time. My consciousness, my mind tricked my brain to adopt this new identity, and eventually depression went. Do you understand? I have been masturbating for like 10 years since I was like 15, 16. I'm 26 now, and so this is something I did almost every day. So do you understand? To just from nowhere just quit and regain my freedom like that is a very difficult thing. I had to reaffirm every day that yes, I am no longer fapping again. 3 times a day out loud in my private time. And when I did this, it eventually got to my subconscious, and my subconscious now sends the message to my brain that we no longer can associate ourselves with this activity. This activity is not what we want for ourselves. This is not part of us. This is not an identity. This is not even us. It's a different thing. So just to go through the steps again. Step 1, have a strong why. Step 2, study your patterns and your trigger points. Step 3, block out your trigger points. Step 4, make it difficult. Make it inaccessible and difficult. And step 5, change your identity through daily affirmations and self-talk. If you've gotten here, I'm sure that which is like 5% of the people that have gotten here, and you are serious and you want to do this Nofap seriously, you can reach out to me. I can help you. My email, I will leave my email on the screen. I will also leave my Instagram on the screen. I would love to help anybody that will need it in any way, shape, or form. If you need an accountability partner, I can be here for you. If you need emotional support, I can be here for you. Just reach out to me on any of these platforms I'll leave on the screen, and then we can talk. So please like, subscribe, leave a honest comment. Tell me what your experience has been, guys. Ciao. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thanks and God bless. Abianto.